Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast. This episode, we're going to talk about who were suckers and who were sharpies with their picks. We're doing a Week 2 recap.
Don't ever
That's what you chose?
That's exactly what I chose. Let's go. But we're gonna recap these wonderful games, some of these boring games, some of these awesome games, high offensive games.
Hard to watch games.
Oh, terribly officiated games.
Yes, that's it.
Steelers game. There was a lot of fantasy explosions with certain players that I got traded.
All right.
Hey, hold on.
Right.
Hey,
Well, let's hit this stuff in order here.
let's kick
So-
this in order, y'all.
Let's go with. You want to do the Thursday night? Did we talk about the Thursday
We
night?
already talked about Thursday night
We did,
in
huh?
past
Yeah.
edition, right
Yeah,
after.
I can't remember if we
But
did. So it was jump.
Thank God we don't have to talk about that one.
Yeah, I know. I was
Let's
like,
talk
oh god.
One of the noon games here. So the Vikings versus Steelers.
Oof.
We're talking about that one first. We're gonna start off on a.
That's fine.
Well,
That's fine.
You gotta start off on a note regardless, so might as well be that.
Oh. That game was heartbreaking to watch.
It was hard to watch.
Let's get this out of Corey's way. You know?
No Sam Bradford. It was just ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And the terrible calls. I don't mean to be a homer, but
Nope.
He
there were
does.
some horrible calls, like the pass interference on Trey Waynes, and then the no call on Adam Thielen. Right?
Let me touch you real quick and let's get that a
They're like,
PI.
oh, here's a free first down all the way in the red zone. There you go. You're welcome.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well,
I mean,
that's
Dalvin
true.
Cook looked good, but he only had 12 carries.
He literally could have done better if Sam Bradford was in.
Oh, Sam Bradford was in, he would have been money.
And you know damn well that I mess with you on a daily about Sam Bradford on how much he sucks.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I just do it to piss you off.
Yeah, you know he's
But-
actually good when he's...
But with him being a great offensive team right now, explosive. Give it to Stephon Diggs. That opens up more room for Dalvin Cook.
So let's
Oh,
just
yeah.
talk about
You know-
the pluses for the players and some of the minuses for the players that you were hoping that would show up, but
Uh-huh.
just didn't make it there. Like Thielen and Diggs after a great outing week 1, but you guys can see having Case Keenum and playing against the dirty Steelers
Mm-hmm.
don't really do you much good.
Yeah, didn't do any good. Case Keenum, no.
No.
And then they went for it on 4th down with a fake punt in
Oh.
their own territory.
That was
A fake punt pass, of all things.
that
It's
was
like you're 4th and 3. If you're going to go for it, go for it.
Hey, the Rams made it work.
Yeah, but we're not the Rams. we do good where we're supposed to do good.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Dalvin Cook still got a pretty good yard per carry, 5.3, 12 for 64, so he still at least did his thing. Yeah, obviously, there's no scores on his end, but you like to see him, active and engaged and doing what he can.
I
So
love seeing it. He deserved that touchdown, though. I don't know how they didn't call that. I'm sorry, fantasy owners of Dalvin Cook. There should have been
There
6
should.
more points on
Yeah.
that for y'all.
Yep.
definitely
And-
could have been.
And just being around people that love the Vikings, you want to see your guys' friends team win.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to see you upset and to see like
It's like,
Right.
oh, I know how that feels.
you know what I mean? It's kind of like for me, I'm just used to losing. But now since the Raiders are winning, it's a whole different
Yeah,
ballgame.
it's a
You know what
beautiful
I mean?
ball game to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
One good thing for one player, Martavis Bryant.
Martavis
on the
Bryant,
other side.
so for
Hey.
anybody that has him, me included, it's a good showing. Good to see that the rust is already shaking off. He can still go deep. Had a 51-yard catch, so I mean he can still catch bombs. So
Great.
got a touchdown in there. So 3 for 91 in the score. Antonio Brown did all right. Still, you got 5 for 62. So if you're in PPR, you still got 11 points. So not the worst on him, but not great.
4
Le'Veon-
catches for 4 yards.
Le'Veon did not do much at all. 4 catches for 4 yards. Catches are nice to see, but they didn't go anywhere. Yards per carry was terrible, 3.2. 27 carries, 87 yards. He's getting
Glad I
balled
didn't
up in
draft
there.
him.
And it was a tough defense. Vikings were like top 3 defense.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Our front 7 is dirty. How can you run on them?
Well,
You got Linval Joseph swallows everybody up.
Big Ben played relatively well, so
At home,
yeah,
per
at home.
usual.
That's where he.
I figured. I was like, all right, we're probably gonna lose. It's the
They
Steelers
did.
at home.
They paid the refs
Oh, dude.
under the table. Come on.
That was, I hope that everyone else saw that. But let's switch to a different game so I can get this out of my system. Get the pain away.
Sometimes you gotta move on in life.
Yep.
So let's go to something because these guys are itching to play, and I'm itching to talk about the Buccaneers because they balled out.
I love the Bucks.
So let's start with the Bucks and Bears.
Let's get that one.
There's one player in there on the losing end that I really am high on.
Who's that?
That's Tariq Cohen, dude. I think he's gonna take. I know Jordan Howard is a baller, but there's something going on there, and Tariq Cohen's starting to outshine him because he's so much better in the pass game.
And he has an injury too. I believe it was a shoulder.
Yeah. And I swooped him on the waiver wire. I mean, he got me 13 points in PPR, so I'm not too disappointed in that. I mean, granted, I had C.J. Anderson on the bench, and that would have been cool to get 30 points and get that third win and go 3-0 this week instead of 2-1, but can't win every game.
No, you can't. James Winston was just kind of average. You know, probably was at 204 for a touch.
But they were winning so fast.
First game.
Yeah, first game back. Shaq Quiz, if you picked him up, got you to score 61, rushing yards, and again.
Deshaun, did you get anything?
He got saved by the touchdown.
He did.
Oh, he did? He got a touchdown on that one?
Not Deshaun. Jaquiz, my bad.
Deshaun did nothing.
No.
I barely even watched that game.
But his boy,
Mike Evans, baby.
7 for 93 and got the lone
and
touchdown.
The touchdown.
So smart not to trade him to me this year. So
yeah, I was like, I learned last year not to ever give up on Mike Evans.
Right, and he led the team in targets too, so everybody knows he isn't getting the target share. It was only 2. Deshaun Jackson still had 7, so he's getting looked at. So once they get their chemistry down, Deshaun Jackson could be a bigger factor to anybody that has any stock in him. So
he's a definite play.
Don't dip out on him or anything like that. Bears side, Kendall Wright,
7 for 69.
That's a tough.
Had 10 targets.
Deontay Thompson had 11 points.
Yeah. Zach Miller actually tied for second in targets with Tariq Cohen. So Tariq Cohen just made way more of his targets. So as far as catching more, so 8 for 9 and 55 yards. How do you do rushing? 7 for 13.
Better than Jordan Howard though.
9 for 7 for Jordan Howard. Again, the shoulder injury is probably playing a part of that too. But I think it's just. He's going to get the Jimmy Langford, he's going to take over and leapfrog Jimmy Langford. Now it's happening to him.
Not karma, but coincidence.
I think in that division, I think they're both Buccaneers and the Falcons they're gonna be bumping heads a little bit in that division.
I think Bucks are gonna possibly swipe them. Actually, I take that back. Atlanta will because the Bucks don't have a bye week.
That's true.
They're gonna get worn down.
That's just not fair, dude.
That is not fair. They should have done it at a different site, but live and you learn, I guess.
You do.
It's tough.
It barely even hit where they were going to play, too.
Yeah, it did. It
hit it, but...
So, for next week, so everybody knows, back away from Jordan Howard. Run away.
Yeah, go Cohen.
If you have him, go Cohen. Otherwise, find somebody else completely.
Yeah.
Different team. Far away.
Don't drop him yet. Wait a few weeks to drop Jordan Howard, if you do. If you do, I'll scoop him up.
Right, we'll join your league and we'll scoop him up. So.
Yeah, go into your league. Let me get Jordan Howard.
Let's see here what we have next. Let's get this ugly game out of the way.
So many
disaster.
Points. So many
9-3. Y'all know what we're talking about. The Panthers, the Buffalo Bills. The Panthers, the worst 2-0 team playing right now.
They really are. They're terrible right now, but they're getting lucky and getting some W's.
Yep, they
because
are.
of their schedule they've got.
Cam's trying to shake rust off, and he just keeps getting blasted.
He is.
One of the most blasted quarterbacks.
That's how you get the rust knocked off of you, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rust.
A broken heel.
Yeah, right. So. I mean, Carolina plays against New Orleans week 3.
Yeah. And that's going to be good for them. That's an easy comeback game for them.
It is, because New Orleans defense is bad.
Start all their offensive players.
Week 4 they're playing in at the Patriots.
Well, it's all right. It's a knockout game, and he's
Yeah.
played against the Patriots before and won, so they can pull it off. But Calvin Benjamin's 6 for 77, so still doing pretty well. You know,
Yeah.
13, a little over 13 points. So Devin Funchess showed up this game 4 for 68.
He did.
So keep an eye on that. McCaffrey 4 for 34 and 8 for 10 rushing. Terrible in the rushing.
Terrible in the run.
Terrible. Getting you a little bit in the PPR, which is what you more expected than anything.
Yeah, him and Standard is not.
Oh,
great.
John-
Jonathan Stewart's not doing much better.
Nope.
2.7 yards per carry, 15 for 40.
I think I got in PPR. I think I got
But
4
Buffalo's
points.
balling.
Buffalo does have a good defense. I mean, they're not a bad defense by any means, but the Panthers should
Run
do
defense.
way better than this, you know.
Well, the run defense is what's good. Their passing, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. They
Traded
got
away
rid
their
of-
best player.
They got rid of somebody that was
Cameron's
smart for
taking
that.
hit
but-
after hit after hit. So, LaShawn McCoy, we'll switch over to the Bills real quick. 6 for 34. Still averaged 5 yards a carry, just didn't do much. Good defense with the Panthers, but you expect them
No,
to keep
that was
this up.
receiving.
So, receiving. So,
He had. He went 12 carries, 9 yards.
it's worse for rushing. Sorry. I almost gave you guys some love there.
I was like, no! But I mean, in PPR, it's better, though.
That's still terrible in all fashions.
I mean,
So,
you got
the
to-
6 receptions is great. So, if you're in PPR, but if you're in standard, you're not happy in any form or fashion with LaShawn McCoy. Tyrod Taylor outrushed him 8 for 55. So, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Zay Jones, for all you guys who talking about the rookie,
I had real high hopes on this game.
I hope
and
they figure out some passing game there. They need to put Peterman in. That's what they need to do. Because him and Zay Jones have connection. Tyrod Taylor's not doing much of anything.
But they're not going to do that because it's Tyron Taylor, and then it's the
Yeah,
head
sometimes
coach.
you gotta move on and see what you got with your young bucks. And that's like, speaking of moving on, we're done with this trash game. And we're gonna move on to the Titans versus Jaguars, which was
Ooh.
trash on one side.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I think I predicted that.
And the crazy thing
Might
about
have.
it is,
No,
Were
I
we-
did.
were we-
Not the score, I don't know.
where we went to watch football, they didn't even have that on the screen.
Yeah.
they did. It was in a far corner in one screen. it was terrible.
Small one screen area
Oh,
that no one
yeah.
could see.
Yeah, no. Okay. I mean, if they had it on there, great, but I mean.
Still, though, they
Let's-
had it on a super small screen.
So let's talk Jacksonville first in this game. Blake Bortles, 20 for 34, 223, one score, 2 picks.
Wow.
What do you even do out there?
Interesting.
What do you even
What do you
do?
even do out there?
I really think Jacksonville came down to earth.
Oh, yes.
They definitely came down to earth.
I think Jacksonville just brought in a quarterback too, didn't they, or something like that? Someone kind of test the
Well,
water.
all I
out.
know is
So-
Leonard Fournette is holding up.
Yeah, he saved you with a
Great.
score.
Wow.
He saved you with a score.
He did. He
Otherwise,
did.
not great. I mean, he was 14 for 40. That's 2.9 yards a carry.
49.
Then you got 2 receptions for 21 yards, so that helps you a little bit again. But overall,
Ellen Hearns, though.
Alan Hearns is one we need to talk about for anybody that was in the waivers and looking for somebody. He
About to
definitely
pick him
stepped
up.
up 6 for 82 and a touch. So that's perfect. That's great. That's what you want to see. You want to see him step up. Marquise Lee came into play, 7 for 76, no touchdown, but PPR, got 14.6 points. So, hey, rock on. You're not mad about that. You didn't lose your week,
That
that's
even
for sure.
that even could have been during garbage time too.
Garbage time is what they're going
Yeah.
to rely on.
Yeah.
They did before. Swap over to Tennessee, who's someone that everybody should finally be happy about. Anybody who's been waiting on DeMarco Murray in like dynasty leagues or something like that, or Derrick Henry in dynasty leagues. They're happy that DeMarco Murray kind of petered out,
Mhm.
and took the hamstring and the hamstring injury happened and all that. So, 14 for 92 for Derrick Henry, 6.6 yards a carry
Wow.
that game,
Derrick
and a
Henry,
touchdown.
bro.
So everybody that's been waiting on him to get in and make his presence be known, here it is. Now we'll see if DeMarco Murray's out next week, if he can do it again.
Yeah, that would be nice because I have high hopes for the Titans. They have a great offense to win them games, and it puts better on for the defense, as you can tell, 37-16. So I
Takes the
mean,
pressure off.
exactly, and for them losing to Oakland, Thank God.
Here's the thing.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's funny.
I think they're. So, what do you guys think about the receivers? Do you think they're going to be able to perform a little bit better next week? I mean, Delaney Watkins led that with 4 for 60, so.
I hope.
Rashard Matthews will.
There's one, and then
Corey Davis is hurt, so he's gonna be.
so it's
Rashard's gonna get.
Rashard and Eric Decker and
Decker and Rashard have the most targets, but I think that Rashard leads it next week. I think he gets a touchdown next week, just because he hasn't got one yet.
yeah. I mean, we all know Marcus Mariota
Could
will
be that time.
Yeah.
Or Marcus
Could be
Mariota just gonna run for like 7. I'm just kidding.
Hey, he could. He could be
I
making
mean,
moves.
they're at home against Seattle, so that's pretty tough.
Oof.
It's actually going to be pretty tough.
The fun one for anybody that was a Patriots owner in this next game. Y'all were excited.
yeah, gobbled them up.
They did. Patriots win 36-20 against New Orleans. If you had any Patriots player aside from Brandon Cooks, you were very happy with what happened.
Chris Hogan. I'm glad I picked him up. He got the shine.
He did. Gillisley got his touchdown,
course.
18 for 69.
Always.
Not a great yard per carry again, 3.8, but he'll just find his.
Mhm.
He always does.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What about White? James White.
James White, 8 for 85 in receptions.
Not bad at all.
Great
not
for
bad at
PPR.
all.
Yeah.
2 for
That's
11
16
rushing.
points. That's 17 with the rushing and everything. That's ridiculous.
And Chris Hogan, man.
5 for 78 and a touch.
Yeah.
Great in PPR, still great in standard too.
Oh, phenomenal.
But the
13
one that you really want to pay attention to, and you want to pay attention for multiple reasons. A, he's
Gronk.
injured, and we'll see how that holds up. But also 6 for 16 and a touch, or for 116 and a touch. Excuse me.
The one that shined, the tight end.
Rob Gronkowski, the party animal.
But good thing is it wasn't his back, so that's a plus.
No, this is groin, and he was on the bicycle. He seemed fine.
Yep. Also, another person, Tom Brady, 30
Piss off Tom Brady.
of
That's what it is.
39, 447 yards, 3 touchdowns. You lost this week. You got Tom Brady. You should stop playing fantasy football.
Yeah, you should.
For real.
You can't build a team around that. You can figure out what you like.
You must have drafted him first
got-
overall. then.
Right. You gotta know that Tom Brady, when he takes a loss like he did before, will bounce back in an enraged fashion. He did just that.
Against a terrible defense.
Balled out. That's what you're supposed to do against terrible defense.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
exactly what you're supposed
That's
to
exactly what the Vikings did, and I'm happy they did that. But
do. So let's go over to the Saints. We'll brush through them real quick because there's nothing that's really going on. Adrian Peterson, if you picked him up, dump Phil, drop him, get him out of there.
Mark Ingram, 6.5 yards per carry.
They don't get it. 6.5 yards a carry.
1,000 yards last year.
They
Why?
don't
What
get it.
did he do to not get the love?
He was too good, so they don't want him out there.
Like, gosh,
Stupid.
because he went
Peyton.
to Alabama, dude.
Peyton doesn't want to share the love as a
Oh,
head
Peyton's
coach.
a bad head coach. He's just been lucky to have Drew
All
Brees.
right.
But then
Receivers.
Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah.
5 for 89. I got
Boy,
him in a
Michael
couple of
Thomas.
leagues. Didn't kill my weeks, but didn't save me anything. If he had gotten the touchdown instead of Brandon Coleman, it would have been great. But Brandon Coleman, 4 for 82 in a touchdown, so pay attention to him because there's got to be someone second up in there. It's definitely not Ted Ginn, who's got 3 for 24. He's trash.
Mhm.
But you're about to have Willie Snead back though in a week. Not this week, but next week. No, after next
We'll
week.
see how
Sorry,
Willie
2
Snead
weeks.
does after being out for a little bit, but he could go back in the number 2 role
Yeah, I
and
know.
drop
I know
Corey
what you're about to
Fleener's
do.
garbage
I know what
butt.
you're about to do, this guy.
What?
Scott's about to see if Willie Snead's on the waiver wire.
Yeah, you are. But that's fine. He is. I dropped him, so go ahead and
I
take
know.
him. You guys can have him.
I
You
was
can
like,
absolutely
shit.
have him.
See, this is what's great about us doing what we're doing and also doing fantasy football. Because at this moment in time, we're making moves as we're talking.
Yeah,
It's great.
You can make all the moves you want because waivers still are up. So I can make the same move and it won't make any difference.
8 hours until waivers start. I mean, it's 1 or 1:30 in different leagues. It's weird. One league it does it at like 1, the other one it does it at like 1:30.
Should be 2 a.m.
It's always been, for some reason. It's
Actually, you're right. It's like 120 something. But
yeah, and I'm like, what the heck? It's so weird.
No, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Oh, this game.
I'm just looking at it.
Can we not? No, I'm just kidding.
I wish they probably didn't want to be a part of this game either. So
Cardinals versus the Colts, dude. Ugh.
Palmer threw for 332 yards.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, well, you know.
1 interception, I mean, not bad.
Wow, you're right.
I swear we threw for like 2 or 3 interceptions.
That was the first week. That was the first
No,
week.
they were showing a stat on when the game was happening. After that, I'm gonna be real with you. This had no fantasy, like, this helped no one unless you were smart and picked up J.J. Nelson.
Yeah, J.J. Nelson 5 for 120 in the touch. If you had him,
That
you played him
nasty
daily.
catch, bro.
He's good.
He is.
He is good.
Excuse me. And then you got Jerome Brown. Not bad, 4 for 73. If you played him in PPR, you'd be okay. Even in standard, it's not terrible. That's wide receiver 3, so that's fine. You know, not bad. And then everybody else is just doo-doo.
Oh,
Yeah.
doo-doo butter.
Doo-doo.
They're not giving Larry Fitzgerald any kind of love.
No. The real situation, the running backs.
Yeah, that's.
I see 3 running backs on there, and they all did nothing special.
0.
It is.
I mean, Chris
11 for
Johnson is
44. 40 yards of carry. The best of the bunch. Because I'm not going to count that 2 for 11 by Andre Ellington because he's doo-doo. He'll last 6 seconds on the field.
He'll get blown on and break his ankle.
I just. It just sucks because, like, the Cardinals have high hope almost every year and then something happens. And why have it happen to the number 1 fantasy loved player?
He's such a good dude, too. That's what sucks.
Yeah. I know.
I'm like,
But
no.
Cardinal fans, you guys are going to just have to, like, pray. Because, I mean, things can get better. Things will probably get better for you guys, but
Yeah.
you're looking, that's tough.
So, that Jack Doyle, though, huh?
Jack Doyle.
8 for 79. Not bad.
Can't go
We
wrong.
talked about him before, even in the offseason, that how
What
he's
Doyle
going to be
rules?
more involved in the offense and didn't go that well with Scott Tozine because he couldn't do anything. But Brissett's a little more functional and capable, so
He gives
down
the
the
name
ball
Scott
is his
better.
favorite target out there. He went 8 for 8, 79, so that's good for Doyle. Sure-handed. T.Y. Hilton 4 for 49, so he's involved. 6 targets, but
Should be more.
could be because Kamar Aiken pulled in 9 targets, 3 receptions for 31, so not a good conversion rate, but.
And they're also saying that
I don't trust anybody. I mean, obviously you're going to keep T.Y. Jack Doyle, if you need a streamer tight end, that's fine. He's a safety blanket for Brissett. And even when Luck comes back, he's probably going to be looking for him. I mean,
Yeah,
Corey Cleveland did
especially-
well, so.
Especially being off that injury.
Yep.
He's going to be quick to pull the trigger.
Running backs, nothing special. Frank Gore got the touchdown, but 14 for 46.
3.3 yards a carry.
And no one else did any better. Robert Turner was terrible. Mack was terrible. They're all just terrible.
They're not good.
No, there's no. They can just stack the box and nobody can throw, and there's just no opportunity there. So, such is life.
Such is life.
Such is life. Sorry, guys.
This next game was exciting.
This one was a good game.
Man, I loved this game. This game was fun to watch.
All right. Well, since you're so hyped, baby.
Oh man, we got the
You-
Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. In this game, the tight ends were the big deal. Zach Ertz and Travis Kelce both going off.
Mm-hmm.
You also had the obvious Kareem Hunt going off.
109 total
Oh, man.
yards. So, played very well. Did
Oh,
his
he
thing.
had himself another touchdown.
Yep, he did. Still doing his thing. Probably one of the best. If you did drafted early and he was in like the, not even going drafted at the time, Spencer Ware was involved, and you picked him up as a handcuff, congratulations, you got him in like the
You
15th
won.
round.
You won the draft.
So-
you won your league.
If you got him in the 3rd round, perfect. You're still super happy because he's playing like he's in the 1st round. So,
I bet you could get Antonio Brown and Ezekiel Elliott for just him.
Right.
it's possible.
Oh shoot.
But, man, Alex Smith went back to his ways.
Yeah,
21
he
for 28, 251 in the score, but didn't get him dunk his way to all that. So
Carson Wentz looked good.
Carson Wentz did look good. 25 46, not great on the overall, but as far as attempts, completions. But 333, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, so he still balled out for you overall.
And I think he had a good amount of rushing yards too.
50 something, did he not? Something ridiculous.
He
I
had
can pull that down.
56 rushing yards.
There we
Dang.
go.
Somebody to really look at on the waiver wire if he's still sitting.
They did not play LeGarrette Blount at all. They played him on one play.
That's right, you got one.
He got one
Who's
target.
taking over there? Oh,
Darren
it's
Sproles.
Sproles, huh?
Mhm.
I'm
Give him
fine
the
with that.
love.
He's never been given the chance to
Nope.
be a running back. He's been the catching back.
Or special teamer of sorts.
And he's so
Yeah.
small, he can hide behind those offensive lines. He's
Straight
done it.
up. They're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone. The
You,
bullet.
all of a sudden you realize he's already almost in the end zone by the time you turn around. Like,
No.
teams should look at that and be like, look, we got a small guy, he can run, he has great ball handling skills. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
why not put him in that
Yeah.
position?
And going back to Wentz, he would have probably had close to 400 yards if Troy Smith could hold on to the football.
True.
Dropped 2 big plays. So
He's got his number one target though, who was doing really good with his offensive pass interferences that he was getting
Yeah,
away
he
with.
did.
But
Yeah,
he
Alshon
still balled
Jeffrey.
out on plays that weren't like that. Alshon Jeffrey,
Yes,
7
sir.
for 92 in a tub. Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, 13 targets too, dude. It's ridiculous. That's a
Him and
lot
Zach
of
Ertz are
targets.
leading that back there. Zach Ertz,
Mhm.
5 for 97, no
Ugh.
touchdown, but 10 targets. So
Ugh. Nice. And we'll jump to Kansas City. Kareem Hunt stats. 13, 81, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Oh, a 53-yard touchdown. That was really nice. That was a good touchdown. That was beautiful. And then Travis Kelce on the receiving end.
that dive they did.
Oh, dude.
He really
That
wanted to
was
score.
nice. He did.
He didn't
The
score.
little
He was
shovel
a
pass.
touchdown guy last
Not
year.
like,
It's not
that was like
awesome.
he glided with the defenders
Dude, it was
into the end
beautiful.
zone. Like it was like a 5-yard glide right in. They all fell in together and he gets up and he just
Yeah, he did the eagle thing. He's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, making fun of the dirty ball.
Oof. And they won. And he had 8 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Crazy.
10 targets.
That's what he can be. He could easily be a top 2 tight end if he keeps going like this. He could be number 1 by the end of the season if he keeps happening like this.
If it keeps happening like that, if he keeps getting 10 plus
He's going to be
targets a
battling with
game,
Gronk anyways.
I think he's going to be battling with Gronk and Ertz.
Zach Ertz
Ertz.
is great. Zach Ertz, if he gets his touchdowns up, will be
I'm
PPR-wise,
glad
I
have
can
him.
see-
PPR wise was a lot closer. So
Yeah,
That's-
way closer.
Glad I got Ertz though.
Oh, this next game. Defensive freaking...
I'll let you take this if you scooped up the defense.
Okay, I scooped up Baltimore's defense this week on waiver wire. Oh my god, am I excited about that. 20 points from a defense. They forced 5 turnovers against them. Although Kaiser did leave with a little bit of migraines.
Migraine.
He still had...
His head hurt from
he
watching
still
Kenny
had 3
Britt.
picks.
His head hurt from watching Kenny Britt
Uh-huh.
run poor routes
Oh,
out
dude,
there.
Kenny
and
Britt.
just dog out there.
Ugh,
Terrible.
he's not good.
He's Dwayne Boweing.
He is
Dwayne Bowe went over to Cleveland and just decided to fade to
got that
black.
paycheck.
Yep.
But one thing I'm excited about is a hot waiver wire pickup that you guys should take interest in, especially if you don't have receivers, or if you just want to deepen your depth at receiver, is Higgins.
Rashad Higgins
Rashad
stepped up
Higgins.
afterwards.
7 catches, 95 yards, 11 targets. That's 5 more than the next person, and the next person is Duke Johnson Jr., who had 3 for 59 yards.
And PPR, look for Duke though.
Oh, yeah.
I dropped him in the league, but now I see the situation. He's played more receiver. He might be the second best receiver on the team.
Well, yeah, and Corey Coleman going down.
Broken
That's
hand.
what we're saying. That's why he's the second
Again?
best.
How do you break your hand 2 times?
Hey, it's fragile for the first time.
True, it was a fracture.
So-
He full on, it's done. He's not gonna be done for the year, I don't think.
No, I think the IR is like, what, 8 weeks?
8
or
weeks,
something? Yeah.
and they can only take 1 person off IR in the entire year, so they gotta choose. If someone else is on there, they're gonna have to make a decision. That wouldn't be good, but Let's transition to one more person on this team though. It's Kevin Hogan.
Quarterback.
Yeah. He put up. He looked good. He looked good. He
Competent.
looked better than the other.
And Kaiser.
But Kaiser was not looking too great. Just because I feel like those migraines were getting him. But when you see that type of thing though, like two different
lack of
quarterbacks
understanding the
going-
playbook.
Yeah. You can see his lack of knowledge in his youth.
So that learning is a big learning curve.
Exactly. And then your team right here, I'll let you take care of that.
Cool.
Talk about them.
Joe Flacco actually showed up a little bit, played a little bit of football for once.
You almost made your prediction right.
Almost. I said 265-3. He went 217-2 with the interception, so not terribly off. But I'm happy that he's just putting the ball where it needs to go. That he's still on the field, and it's not Ryan Mallett. If it was Ryan Mallett, we'd be 0-2. So
Even with that defense.
And would have lost to Cleveland.
we would have lost to Cleveland. Ryan Mallett would have threw right to them. You would have been playing Cleveland's defense versus Baltimore instead. That's how exactly it would have
It
been.
literally would have been.
Right?
It would have. But here's someone you do want to pick up. Javarius Allen. Pick up Buck. He's going to be the guy on two fronts. Rushing and receiving.
That's a 3-down back right there.
True
bro.
3-down back. He can do that. Don't even know why they went over to Terrence West. Obviously, he probably was the better rusher at the time. But when Javarius Allen stepped in a couple of years ago, he did A-OK. And he stepped up in both roles. And with Danny Woodhead out as well, easily. I mean, he was second in targets and second in receptions, so he had 5 for 35, a receiving touchdown on 6 targets, and then he also ran 14 for 66, and had about 5 yards to carry. I mean, what else do you need? What else do you want?
Ridiculous.
So another person to look at if he goes down would be Alex Collins. So, because Buck Allen is kind of a sensitive man. So he goes down. Alex Collins, the old Seattle running back, who actually looks pretty beastly. Keep him in mind as well. Terrence West, he'll probably get back onto it. He's still got the score and everything like that. He just hasn't been playing great, but you have to keep an eye on that if you have Terrence West. So you can trade for Buck Allen, or you can, if he's free on the waiver wire, pick him up.
That is a great pickup.
Now, Benjamin Watson, the anomaly, I don't know if that's going to sustain. 8 for 91. Maybe. I just don't see that actually staying that way, but if it does, you need a streamer tight end. There could be worse options than Benjamin Watson. So Joe Flacco will look over the middle, obviously, at him. He was 8 for 8, so he's sure-handed still.
Pick up Ingram, right?
Evan?
Ingram?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
get there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then Jimmy.
Oh God, that's silence right there. You have to put in like a wah wah
Oh
wah.
man, we're gonna leave the silence so they feel a lot first meeting.
Right?
Oh,
And
man.
Terrence, Jeremy Macklin, 4 for 31 in touch. So,
4 for
still getting touchdowns out there. The best receiver on there. I'm sure that's going to go up as they get more comfortable. So, he could be another 1,000-yard receiver this year. Good wide receiver 3 flex person. Yeah. Look, Scott, this is your team.
I mean, what can I say? I mean, I've waited so long for my team.
You know who
To
you
be
played
so
though,
good.
right? You know who you played though, right?
Yes, but still.
I mean, I'm not discrediting them because
But Derek
good.
Carr, you don't mess around with Derek Carr.
Oh, not at all. I predicted this to be 35-3.
I projected 35-6.
45-20.
Yeah.
I can't believe y'all let them score 20 though.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. The defense is trash.
I think it was more of
Trash.
garbage time. Who cares?
Trash.
I mean, come on. Marshawn Lynch dancing on the sideline was just
That was
spectacular.
I like seeing that.
Spectacular.
He was getting hype. He's
Oh,
like, what
that's
up?
As he
Reds.
should. And any
Those
Jets
Reds.
fan that is offended by that, play better.
Yeah.
Don't suck.
Yeah.
And then you can dance on the sidelines.
So you can go ham like that, you can get bucked.
But if you're going to keep getting blown out They keep sucking.
I mean,
You're going to get danced on.
I mean, it's like, I am so stoked about my team. Every Sunday is just going to be so happy for me.
Is it?
I mean, Michael Crabtree going off.
Jalen Richard, Cordell Paris, and Marshawn Lynch all getting rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
First rushing touchdown.
Cordero with that 43-yard touchdown. That was nice.
Marshawn Lynch doing it back at home.
Yep.
First time. So.
Jets. Yeah, don't start anybody. Maybe pick up Jermaine Curse if they're going to have to chuck from behind.
Dude, 2 touchdowns.
That was a nasty catch, though, dude.
Oh, yeah, that first one?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was dirty.
It was dirty, but, I mean, look at that. The dance right there.
Yep, get it. And then you got
Beautiful.
Michael Crabtree, 6
Michael
for
Crabtree.
83 touchdowns.
Word.
Ooh, dirty.
Jalen Richard showing up in both assets, running and passing.
They threw it
Now-
to him 6 times and he caught it 6 times.
Don't freak out that Amari Cooper didn't catch anything.
Oh, I'm not freaking out at all.
4 for 33.
That's why I
and 5
didn't want to
targets.
trade Cooper
It's not bad at
for
all. It's
Odell.
not good,
So I
but
retracted that. I was like, nah.
you'll take the 5 targets and you'll obviously go up. That's not going to stay that
Oh
way.
yeah, they were whooping him so early, so he would have had 15 targets if it was a close game.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't have been, but
They both would have had
oh yeah,
outstanding numbers.
because he likes getting them both numbers. He's like, all right.
Oh, it's sharing the love.
Yeah.
If Mark Cooper's getting double teamed, well, what does that leave? Michael Crabtree,
Exactly.
Seth Roberts, well, Jared Cook is sitting out there. Like,
Cook's not that good.
No, he's not.
but Derek Carr loves his tight ends too. So
Yeah, sometimes. Didn't really love him last
He
year.
likes everybody on that team. He loves his running backs. I'm just kidding. He likes to hand it off to them. He can get fucking free time.
Another. Let's move on to this next snoozer here.
Ooh,
Let's get moving with people along.
snoozer. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a snoozer up until the last 2 minutes where they had another chance to win, but another missed field goal. Oh, wrong game. So.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Don't do it.
I'll fight you.
Oh, you won't do anything. He's scared of me. Ow!
On camera. Y'all watch that. Beautiful.
Oh, shoot. Alright, yeah, this game. No. I mean, one person in this game always gets me W's, and the other one has started to get
Which
me
side you
Ws.
want to start on?
We're going to start on the freaking Chargers side, the losing side.
Cool. Talk about it. Be about it.
Alright, let's talk about him. Let's talk about Phillip Rivers and his 331 passing yards. Only 1 touchdown, but 331 yards gets you a decent amount of
It
points.
does. And he went 31 for 39. So
31 for 30.
I mean, he's accurate. Playing very good football.
He
A
dropped
full
dimes.
array of weapons. A full array of weapons. is
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
we
So-
say this every week. Very, very underrated
Underrated.
quarterback.
Absolutely. Got Antonio Gates his TD record.
Record-breaking tight end touchdown record.
He did.
Oh, and then my boy Melvin Gordon, who cannot rush for a lot of yards sometimes, but
Still
he
gets you a
gets a touchdown.
But he
9 for
can,
13.
he can catch.
He can catch now, 7 for 65, dude. I got 20 points from him
That's awesome.
because of that.
Yep.
And he had
Scary.
8 targets, dude.
He can
And
still
then
play
my
ball.
other dude, my other boy, Keenan Allen, who I offered him.
I know
Jimmy
Virginia
Graham,
Graham, I
he
didn't
said
take it.
no.
And I regret it. You're right. I failed.
I also
failed.
offered you Keenan Allen and somebody else for Jimmy Graham, and you said no.
I failed.
Before
I
the
failed.
season started, though,
I
so you
failed.
can't fault you for
I
that.
failed heavily. 9 for 100 on 10 targets. Still getting peppered. He's on the same pace he was 2 years ago when he was going ham. I mean, ridiculous.
Hey.
Ridiculous. The ultimate. A big dude going across the middle. Great.
Let's talk about this idiot right here for a second, who dropped Hunter Henry.
Oh no, you
Guess
dropped
who
him.
goes up?
Dropped him, but hey, dude, I still got the same amount of points.
7 for 7, 80 yards. Sure-handed Hunter Henry.
Yeah, but the Dolphins have no linebackers that can cover.
Don't matter. They have 2 tight ends that can do damage.
They do.
And you know
But-
Phillip Rivers is a throwing.
He loves
Phenomenal.
Keenan Allen though, dude. He's gonna get Keenan Allen and
Well,
Tyrell
he needs those
Williams and
touchdowns
Travis
to win.
Benjamin stuff. He didn't even get targeted one time last game.
It's not last game anymore.
I know this is last game. What do you mean, silly goose?
You just said last game.
2 games ago.
Yeah, see?
I failed. Put that in the blooper reel. I contradicted myself.
Ooh, got him.
My favorite thing on there is seeing Keenan Allen. Like, I love that he's healthy right now. I love that he's producing right now.
You got him last year, right? Before he went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been a real good fan.
I think he's.
You know.
I've always liked him. I've always thought he was
I had him in
true.
PPR at one point. Then he went down.
But I mean, you're a real fan of Keenan.
Yep. Dude, I have Amari
Shots fired.
Cooper, Keenan Allen, Des Bryant, Devontae Parker, and that's just such a good receiver lineup. And, oh yes, another guy who we'll talk about in another one of these games coming up. But anyway, that's done with that side. Let's go
Miami.
to the other side.
Miami, Gunslinger Cutler.
What was our bet?
Cutler.
What was our bet?
Devontae Parker, Devontae Parker will have more points than Jarvis Landry. We did not state what format, though.
We did not. It's true.
True.
Because if it's
I'm
standard,
okay if it's-
if it's standard, Devontae Parker wins. If it's PPR, Jarvis Landry wins by a million miles.
Yeah.
Well, this is the whole season. We're not doing just one game.
No, yeah.
No, it's the whole season. But, so here we go. Devontae Parker, 4 for 85. Caught a long bomb, 31 yards. Getting 9 targets, so he's getting looked at. But, 15 targets.
For Jarvis Landry.
Now, his yards per catch is trash. It's like 6.2. Not good.
Terrible.
But 13 for 78 of those 15 targets. So, he's getting looked at
Very.
a lot.
But who got that touchdown though?
Kenny Stills, neither of them.
Still.
Yeah.
But Jay Cutler looked good on that pass. So,
He did. Parker almost had a touchdown. He mossed the dude.
yeah.
He mossed the dude. He looks good, dude.
Yeah,
They all look good, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And Jay Cutler's having the most fun in his life. So I think this bodes
I've never
well.
seen him like that.
Laughing and being a leader and high-fiving teammates and actually having respect
He
out
needed
there.
a year off.
You did. We need to go to a new team.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was.
If he went
Bears
back to the
were
Bears,
great.
he would have been ridiculed and hated. They were happy to get rid of Ryan Tannehill.
Dude,
he
he
could
went
not walk
off.
into a better situation for him.
Oh, yeah. He was like, yes.
I absolutely love this because y'all know how much I do not like Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, I hate Tannehill.
And the
You
fact
do hate him so much.
I do. And the fact that everybody on this lineup and on this stat record right here, this game, absolutely love Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love him. Are you kidding me?
He got
Just
them
dime.
a dub.
Just give us the
They
dime because you know
won.
Ryan Tannehill throws more picks than touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, dude. He overthrows, underthrows. He mainly
Overpaid
underthrows,
son of a gun. I don't like him at all.
but he does not
Don't.
deserve to be a winner.
No, not at all.
Oh, God. Oh, guys. I'm so sorry for this
Oh.
next game. It
I'm a
was
snoozer.
terrible to
All
watch.
right,
We had to
let's
watch
go through it fast, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get through it
We
fast.
had
All
to
right.
watch this.
He won his trade that I was telling him he was going to lose. I know it's week 1, but Carlos Hyde went off. 15 carries, 124. He also had 3 catches, 19 yards. No touchdowns, but those will come.
They will come once they start making their way down there, once they get rid of Brian Hoyer and go
Yeah.
to their
Nobody
rookie
else.
Bertha Bethard. So,
Bethard's going to be good for them.
word.
And then-
Otherwise, there's really nobody left. Pierre Garçon had 5 targets, 3 for 26, garbage, and there's nobody else after that you really care about.
Yeah, no one had receiving yards. It's because
Oh, but if you have Hyde and if Hyde ever gets hurt, watch for Matt Breida. He actually does look pretty good out there. So
he is good. He's a
Yeah.
good handcuff.
yeah, like 9.1
And
yards.
Hyde
per
does
game.
get hurt occasionally.
So he does. So just keep that in mind. Moving on, here's a person you need to pick up. You need to pick up Chris Carson.
He's a baller, dude.
I have him in all 3.
Yeah, I'm a little salty
leagues.
about that because I was looking for him during that game. I was like, oh.
See, I was well ahead of time. I knew it was
Yeah.
coming down. I did that well before the games even started.
You're smart.
I'll take that. So if he actually does come out and produce, at worst, I got a good stash. If not, we'll see how Thomas Rawls is this week. If he's good, that's fine. He'll still be receiving role and everything like that.
Right.
If not, and if Thomas Rawls flops, off to the races.
Go.
So- It's going to be perfect. Russell Wilson,
He
play
looked
like
mediocre. He looked terrible.
Yeah. Offensive line looks atrocious again.
Yes.
But he looks like a scared little boy in there.
He has to be scared.
Oh, shoot.
The only thing that he's doing different than Cameron is running away from his terrible offensive line.
Not as bad
And
as
Cam's just sitting there getting
Lit
hit.
up.
Not as bad as Eli.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eli's
yeah.
the worst quarterback. in
Well,
the NFL.
even Detroit's offensive line looked pretty pitiful.
Oh, it was.
So-
So, Matt Stafford's a baller,
Yeah.
so he don't need to worry.
But Doug Baldwin, him and Lockett both got 9 targets. They both led the team. They both got 6 catches. Lockett did a little bit more than Baldwin.
Paul
So
Richardson got the touchdown
Paul
even with a
Richardson
broken
score.
finger.
Yep.
That's why he was limited. He still got a nice touchdown catch.
Word.
He's a good waiver wire pickup if you want some depth at receiver because he's their number 2. They'll use him a lot more later on in the season.
I mean, everyone's kind of panicking on their main players right now. Like, I want Russell Wilson to give it to Dougie, like a lot, so I can get more points. But, I mean, I'm just not too worried right now. It's only week 3, so.
Yeah, don't be worried at all. This
Nice.
next team is beautiful. Oh my god,
Beautiful
this next
from
game.
one
Oh,
side, yes.
Let's all give high fives even though I don't like this team.
Give me a high five for winning that trade for the week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second because they're way better. Let's get rid of the one team, the stupid star, the Dallas Cowboys.
Ugh.
It's a star because it's out of 5-star rating, they're only 1.
Oh!
Oh god, they get it.
That's a lot more than they should have.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
they should have
get 'em.
point two
And a half a star.
Yep. Oh god. Ezekiel
That's
Elliott, the best in the game. The best in the game. Where was this all
The
day?
best
Where was
lane
that all
in the game
day?
this week.
Yeah, he was a duck.
Good.
He was getting
Yeah.
smacked around, and he
Yeah.
gave up on his team, man.
He did,
Oh,
little baby.
Dak Prescott always trying. He's trying.
Now, here's the thing about Dak, though. He did to 2 main people. Des Bryant and Jason Witten both got scores.
Yep.
Des went 759 and a touch on 16 targets.
16
Jason Witten went
targets.
10 for 97 in a score on 13 targets. So,
So glad I picked up Jason Witten, too. What a great pickup.
good. Very good late round. He's actually showing out very well. So, going to look like the old Jason Witten, Mr. Reliable, which is awesome.
Dude, he
Rock
looks
on.
Yeah.
good this year.
Now, let's move
Yes.
over because I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Forget Dak. I don't care what I'm talking about him. Trevor Siemian.
He might be good.
He might be good. He's going to be a little upgrade Alex Smith because he throws touchdowns. He's already got 6 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in the first 2 games of the season.
I definitely made a mistake by leaving Emmanuel Sanders on my bench.
You
But
did.
Same.
next week, putting him in. Definitely putting him in.
So watch for Trevor Siemian if you need a streaming quarterback, perfect, or a backup, or a 2-quarterback league.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Awesome. Now, going down to the rushers, C.J. Anderson owns that backfield.
Mhm.
Absolutely owns
That's
it.
his. He made
Yep.
that his home.
25 for 118 and a touch.
Yeah, boy, I called it. I done called it.
And Jamal Charles picked up later. He had 9 for 46, so he did well too. But that just shows the offensive line is better.
Oh, their offensive line is stacked, dude.
Offensive line is much better, much improved compared to what
They
it was.
beefed it up
Mhm.
Yep.
for
Get-
him.
You know, C.J. Anderson stays healthy, he'll be top 5.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
And the way that everybody else
Any
is playing.
catches?
Yep.
I kind
Speaking of
of,
catching, 3 for 36 and another touchdown.
Thank you for those 30 points, Scott.
screwed up, but I got some players. It's alright.
You got players, yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders, as he was saying, 6 for 62, 2 touchdowns, doing his thing. So, rock on if you have Emmanuel Sanders, standard
Yes.
or PPR, good value. Demarius Thomas, 6 for 71, no touchdowns, but he's getting looked at. Him and E-Man got 8 targets apiece, so they're both getting looked at. It's just, right now he's got the favorite in the end zone being Sanders. So if you have Sanders, pop him in there. They're very confident. He has good connection, good rapport with him. So.
Emmanuel Sanders looks like the old Emmanuel Sanders.
And Latimer went back to where he belongs. So now the world makes sense again.
It does. I was like, what are you doing throwing it to him? Nobody
Right.
needs.
I want to get hyped. I want to get hyped about this one though, because I have. It was a good 3rd round pick, and I was really happy about it. I want to save him. I'll talk about him in a second. We'll go to that side in a second. Let's talk about the Washington side of this
Look at
game.
Fat Rob right there. What?
That Rob actually played really well until his rib injury. He had 12 for 78, had a 21-yard scramble, which was good. But Chris Thompson still comes in 3 for 77 on a 61-yard run. So, and he got the score. 2 scores in rushing. So, Kirk Cousins, give him one more week, try him out. They play, who is it?
Oakland Sunday night.
Sunday night football.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Are you ready for some football?
They won't win that game, don't get me wrong, but there'll be a shootout. So,
Yeah. That's when you
There's
really
no
have to
defense.
start every. I don't care who Josh Norman covers. He's not gonna shut
No.
both of them down.
He won't.
He will
He
not
won't.
shut
He
two
won't.
people down.
He
Two
won't.
elite
He
receivers, no.
He won't.
So the running back to watch out for, if Rob Kelly doesn't play, they're going to give somebody IP Ryan to start and the crack at it. And he had 21 for 67, so not great at the yard per carry, but he got the workload, which you need to see out of that.
Yeah, he did.
So if he can make something happen, this could change. I mean, he still might be somebody to pick up on waivers just to have him in case.
Mhm.
And if he does show out,
Mhm.
then it's a whole other story for next week.
They
So,
did say they want to lessen Chris Thompson's workload because he's a small guy. The coach said, "Yeah, we don't want to give it to him too much.
Right.
We're gonna find different ways to use him.
Correct.
We're not gonna really run him, I bet."
No, they're not going to run him just in the passing game, third downs and situations like that.
He had 2 touchdowns on 3 runs, though.
Uh,
Like, come on, bro.
Jameson Crowder is starting to get looked at a little more, 4 for 47, much better than his last outing. Jordan Reed, 6 for 48, still coming out healthy, which is good. And then Terrell Pryor, 2 for 31, only on 4 targets.
Wish he could have been a little bit more useful. He should be more useful.
Terrell Pryor?
Yeah.
Dude, they
They'll
don't
get there.
pass it to him enough.
It's slowly inclining, so we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes. You know, at worst, they're going to be playing probably from behind with a lot of the games, and then they'll be going from there. So, and then garbage time will get you in. Garbage time is the fantasy player's best friend.
Oh, I
Right.
love garbage time when it's benefiting me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to switch over to the Rams quick because I'm super happy. Goff did fine. He did 15, 25, 224, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The pick came basically at the end of the game on the game-winning drive, looking right at Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
Should
the whole time.
I think he'll learn now that he can't just stare down the receivers. No, it's a
Throw
winning
it to
experience.
Sammy Watkins. Dude.
Yes, you need to look for somebody else too, aka Sammy Watkins, who was 2 for 30, which great. He had both of his catches though, but 2 for 30, fine. Cooper Kupp, 6 targets, 3 for 33. Now we have this Everett guy. I don't even know who that is. 3 for 95.
Yeah, don't.
6-9-yard bomb, caught that. But, you know, maybe that'll become a thing, maybe not. We'll
Right.
see in the next upcoming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Gurley, though, 3 for 41, a touchdown in the receiving area. He also went 16 for 88 and a touchdown. So 2 scores on the day, looking much better. Hurdle the dude.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that was.
I have him.
I have him. I love it.
I'm excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's out. I have him and Le'Veon Bell. He's outproducing Bell.
He is.
He's making up for that, and I'm super happy about
Yeah,
that.
they, for Bell's like shortcomings going on right now because he's
Yeah.
getting the rust off.
Yep.
He's picking up the slack.
He is, and he's doing an excellent job of his usage.
You
is
won in
high.
that league this week, right? Is
I
that-
lost actually
Oh wow.
because Le'Veon Bell did nothing.
Mm.
Also, Kirk Cousins did nothing.
Thank you, Vikings defense, for actually being good. Sorry,
Oh, and I got negative 11 points from Jacksonville's defense.
Negative
Oh, no,
11.
excuse me, negative 1.
Oh.
But they start off at 10 in our league.
Oh, yeah,
And I went
so
to
they
negative
lost
1, so I
11.
lost 11 points.
Gosh.
I'm about to have.
If I had 8 of those back, I would have won. 8 of them.
Ooh.
8 of them back, I would have won.
3/4. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. 3/4 of the way through that game, they had like 8 points
Should have
because they
Casey's
didn't
defense.
score much.
Should
Or
have
Ravens
Casey's defense. Or Ravens defense, yeah.
20 points.
I could have the Falcons defense. They got
Yeah.
a score.
They did a pick 6.
Yeah. That would've been- I got rid of them.
They did.
Speaking of
After
that.
1 week.
Speaking of that.
Against the Packers, though.
I know.
Speaking of that.
Let's go to the
let's jump to
Packers.
that.
Last game,
That
last game.
was very hard for me to watch the
Second
very
last
first
game.
half.
Oh,
The very first
half.
half was
Oh, man.
atrocious for me.
It's terrible. Oh yeah, dude. The first half.
I
I
was
fell
already-
asleep. I was so bored.
I was already getting pissed off. I was like, really? I got Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams to help me? What the heck is going on? But they showed up because... Do you want to talk about it, Jared? Do you need somebody to hold on to?
But somebody got hurt.
Jordy Nelson.
Somebody
went down.
got
I'm not even
hurt.
that upset about it, actually. I mean, went to the PPR league where all receivers have pretty good value, so
Exactly.
So I wasn't really that butthurt. I'm butthurt that it would not have made our game as close if he was out there, but
Uh-huh.
you know, I'll take a .9 point win if I have to. So such is life,
Yeah.
you know. But no,
How lucky.
so it wasn't anything too detrimental. He might miss next week, but he should be back after that. It's just a little like bruise in the thighs, so we'll see how he feels.
That's good though.
If you had like Ty Montgomery, he balled out 6 for 75 in a touch and receiving, 10 for 35, not great in rushing, but he had a score still.
That shovel pass.
Yep, and we're just fine though. Devontae Adams, he's the one that I was rooting for me. Him and Rodgers, 8 for 99 and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 33 of 50 for 343 and 2 touchdowns with 1 pick. Not bad. You'll take that. So especially if you're an Aaron Rodgers person who was getting worried.
Me, for sure.
Randall Cobb should be back next week, who had 6 for 60. Not great, not terrible. It's whatever.
Right.
So, but after that, everybody else is just kind of average, you know?
Yeah, it was not the greatest.
Is Atlanta going back to the Super Bowl? Y'all think?
No.
No.
Depends how the defense plays. If their offense keeps cooking like this, and the defense can play well,
They played against a terrible defense, though. The Packers' defense is garbage.
it's not good. It's not a good defense, don't get me wrong. But to be able to hold the offense...
I bet you, if Sam Bradford is healthy, our defense is healthy, we smack them. Guarantee it.
I don't know about smack, but it'll be a good game.
Sorry, when I say smack, I mean just beat. That's all I mean.
Yeah.
Smack means like
I don't
40-point win.
Vikings have a way better defense. They could easily get after Matt Ryan, but there is that Julio Jones factor.
Oh, yeah.
And Devontae Freeman.
Xavier Rhodes factor. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Xavier Rhodes is a very talented cornerback.
Gosh.
But it's got to be, if they don't consider him like a top 5 corner, they're foolish. So,
Right?
yeah.
I hate it. People are like, oh, he doesn't have too many interceptions. I was like, yeah, you know how many pass deflections he has, though?
It's not about the INTs.
It's about the coverage. It's about what you do.
More times when a corner jumps route, they get burnt. So,
yeah, yeah.
people don't
They're
realize
like, I'm going to
that.
get that. Oh, no, he caught it. 80 yards,
Exactly. You get too
touchdown.
antsy, you get burnt. But Devontae Freeman did what he's supposed to for you, 19 for 84, 2 touchdowns.
Even Tevin
Good
Coleman.
job, Travis.
They got Mike Evans and him.
Tevin Coleman caught one of his 2 targets for a touchdown, so that was great for him. But 6 for 42, so we still got your score. Did fine. Julio Jones, 15 points in PPR, 10 in standard.
Should get more though.
Yeah, but you like seeing that he got 9 targets, 5 for 108, so he's getting deep balls. So it's
Second
fine.
half, though. He should have had, like, they did not give him many looks in the second half, but they were
It's because they were just probably like,
But they kind of let
Mr.
the
Injury
Packers
prone,
come back. So it was kind of scary to see that
Yeah.
Packers were on the way back.
I was like, uh-oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Sanu didn't play too bad, 5 for 85. If you need somebody to fill in.
And he was catching
Yeah,
them.
he was.
He wasn't just getting, like, wide open, like,
No,
scoop.
yeah. He was getting.
He was making some catches.
Word. Then we got
This last
Detroit.
game. Oh, this was terrible for one team. 24-10, the Lions. Matt Stafford looked beautiful, and they were winning so fast they didn't even have to pass. They passed 4 times in the second half. 4 times.
Matt Stafford only did 15 for 21, 122 and 2 scores, so
But he was
not a ton of
dropping
points.
dimes.
But he was playing A-okay. He was playing just fine. He actually was able to play in a minimal, Alex Smith role and get the win. So, Amir Abdullah, you like seeing 17 for 86. One that came on 134-yard run, but he did have another 24-yard scamper as well. So he can make big plays. They just need to get the offensive line together to open up holes so he can do that. So hold on to Amir Abdullah. I don't know who they play next week. Do you guys know?
Let me double check.
Find out for me.
They play
Yeah.
Atlanta.
They do play
Ooh, I
Atlanta,
think they
so
do, yeah.
it'll be a high-scoring game. He might get a goal line look if Washington's down. So Eric Ebron and Marvin Jones both get the scores. Eric Ebron went 5 for 42 in a touch, so that's
First
solid.
touchdown in a very long
a
time.
very long time. Marvin Jones, you don't like to see the 1 for 5, but you got the one you made it count. Then Golden Tate, if you're Golden Tate owner, he's going to have up and down weeks, something you expect.
Yeah, he's wishy-washy.
Now, on the New York side,
Huh.
and there's no one really to talk about. Evan Ingram, he's doing more than a normal rookie tight end would. 4 for 49 and a touchdown on 7 targets and a crappy drop, but such as life.
I mean, he
Not
should
worse
have
than
had a
Brandon.
touchdown.
Yeah.
A second touchdown. I
He
should
should have, but not worse than
Oh.
Brandon Marshall's obvious drop.
2 drops, one in the end zone and one that was
Yeah.
right to him with nobody on
A
it.
30-yard gainer, just drops it.
He's like, oh, what?
Odell Beckham was basically a distraction out there. Got a couple of targets.
Yeah.
Not a couple of targets, but a couple
They
of
screwed
catches.
you
4 for
fantasy-wise.
36. Yep.
Just like
So-
New York screws
No,
their
it
fans.
wasn't Odell that screwed me over. It
No,
was
I'm
it was
saying.
Eli freaking.
Eli was
Manning.
terrible.
I'm saying, no, it's the play calling, too.
Yeah,
That too. Oh
Bob
my
McAdoo
goodness.
was terrible with the play calling. Also,
Eli getting touched like that and dropping.
falling
Oh my
over.
gosh.
Oh,
No rushers that you should own in the backfield for New York. It
No.
doesn't matter.
At
They're
all.
irrelevant. And Eli went
maybe
22.
Shane Vereen for
maybe.
PPR.
Yeah. And Eli Manning went
That's
22 for 32, 239, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Trash.
25.
Yeah, sacked 5 times
PPR.
for 31 yards lost.
One of those was he sacked himself for like 10 yards.
Yeah, yeah,
terrible.
true.
Oh man, that
Gosh.
was funny. He looked terrible. I'm sorry we had to end it on with that such a terrible game.
Yeah,
And
right.
that's
but
just it. That's just the order it falls in, and that's just
Exactly.
what happens in life.
This
So,
next week is gonna be way better. We got some great
Yeah.
stuff coming up for y'all.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned for the week 2 preview. So
Yes.
we'll get that to you guys soon.
Week 2, week 3.
Week 3 preview.
Week 3 preview, baby.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some really good games. One game that I think is gonna be very, very, very high scoring is that Atlanta-Detroit game. So
Gunslingers.
everyone you have in that game, I say play.
Let them go. Let them rip.
I say play away, baby.
Let 'em rip.
That's gonna be a great one. We hope y'all enjoyed everything that we talked about. We hope y'all enjoyed week 2. Hope you got
Yeah.
W's this week.
Oh,
And
we
if
got
you
Ws.
didn't, we hope to help you deliver. We hope to deliver you a W in week 3. We hammer.
You struggling.
I'm speaking gibberish right now.
Perfect.
1 of 4 games, right? Total. I'm saying total in your league, right?
I don't know.
Or one for 6. Oh, wins.
I'm 3 for 3. I'm
You're
1 and
2 for
1 in
6.
all 3
You're
leagues.
2 for 6.
Get the math right.
Hey, it's early, dude. I started out 2-0 last year and freaking lost.
I think we almost kind of did the same thing.
Me and
Right?
you both were like, I was like, well, I'm gonna win it
I'm
all.
excited.
Then I was
We're
like,
both
hey,
that
bro,
worried.
here's my Kevin's.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, I mean, you had some other.
I got Michael Thomas and freaking.
No, you had some other.
Hey,
outside
Scott, thanks for getting my
issues
first win in one of my
yeah,
leagues. Appreciate
I
it.
wasn't.
Thanks for the win, Scott. I appreciate it.
You got lucky, but okay, you can keep saying
Nope.
that.
Didn't
Yeah,
get lucky.
guys, I went 2-1 this week. He went 2-1. He went 1-1. We had good weeks. He's got bragging rights over him. I got bragging rights over him. He's got bragging rights over me.
It's just a
Yeah.
revolve.
It's
it
just a
is.
revolving door. Me and him play each other this week in a different in our second of 3. So I'm pretty
Always
excited about
exciting.
that.
It's always exciting.
I love playing against them because it's always. I know that it's not going to be an easy
Oh yeah.
win
Oh yeah. No.
or easy like.
Might be.
I don't know, man. We both have some good lineups with great
We do.
matchups.
We'll check it out. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
It was a beautiful
on our
night.
episode of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Podcast. Woo!
Enjoy your night, y'all.
Out.